It's Woman Crush Wednesday, everybody. One of my favorite days of the week. We celebrate women who are trailblazers in lots of industries, communities, and just different spaces. And today is no different. We are joined by a woman who wears several hats. By profession, she's immersed in social media, digital marketing, and the power of online platforms. But at home, she's a mom to two gorgeous little boys, navigating what it means to raise children in a world full of screens, right? Daniela de Villiers is the founder of Savvy Social and the author of a new book called The Fox Who Forgot to Look Up. It's a story inspired by a simple, powerful moment with her son that made her rethink how we all engage with technology. Now, through her Savvy Kids series, she's on a mission to help children grow up present and very much aware and human first, right? It's a digital world, but human first. Ladies and gentlemen, Daniela, how are you?
Thanks so much, Carol. I'm so excited to be here today.
Oh my goodness. I love how your story of how you wrote your books came from an experience with your child, because that's what happened with me and me writing my books. Talk us through the whole coming together of The Fox Who Forgot to Look Up.
Amazing. So I think because I have a social media business, I've had it for 7 years, I totally understand the power of social media and what these platforms do to really drive business and build personal brands. However, I live in this interesting duality of being a mom to two young boys and seeing how they are growing up in this world.
Yeah.
So as a busy working mom, every night I read 2 books to my children each night. And
Wow.
as I was looking at the bookshelf, and looking at all the beautiful books that have been written, I thought to myself, I would love to read a book to my children that really is current and something they can resonate with as they grow up to help them be more mindful in this world of technology. So I always say I wrote the book I wanted to read to my children.
Oh.
So that's what sparked the idea of The Fox Who Forgot to Look Up.
I love the title. For someone who's wondering what is the story of this little fox, what would you say?
Awesome. So basically it's about a little fox walking through the forest, glued to his screen, tripping over everything, tripping over logs, stubbing his toe, still glued to his screen, saying, just one more game. Just like we all say, just one more reel, just one more scroll. Sound familiar, right?
Right.
So basically he's tripping and then he bumps into a big hairy bellied bear and he's forced to drop his phone. He looks up and he sees all of the beauty around him that he had been missing out on. So that is the story. Remember to look up.
Oh my goodness. I think it speaks also true to life, right? We get so swamped in our day-to-day lives that we actually forget to look up. We're just in it. We're in our phones. We're in our lives. We're in our jobs. We're in our relationships. And we just forget to look up.
Absolutely. So that was exactly the reason behind Savvy Kids series and The Fox Who Forgot to Look Up. It's actually a phrase in our home now. When my son has been watching a few too many episodes of Bluey, I say to him, Mateo, remember to look up, remember Felix. And now he just gets it because I think we learn through stories. And now when the funny part is when I'm on my phone, he sometimes says to me, Mommy, remember to look up. And it's a reminder to me too.
That actually just gave me little goosebumps as you said that. Now, you're in the world of social media, and I think a lot of parents don't understand. And I won't lie, it really does frustrate me when I go out to restaurants and I see families sitting there at the table and the kids are on the gadgets and the parents have very little words to say to each other because we've kind of created a world where it's sort of acceptable and not considered rude to be on your phone. And you teach your kids that, but tomorrow when they do it in the presence of other people, you tell them, you're being rude. You know, how do we navigate this world and just understand that technology is great, but it's got a time and place?
Absolutely. That is a really great question. And I think when I'd be sitting at restaurants and I'd see this, you know, it's realizing that the most important part is about being connected and present with your family, with your friends. Definitely not anti-screen or anti-technology.
Yes.
I think there is a place for it, but it's not about chasing perfection.
Yeah.
It's about chasing awareness and conscious awareness.
Yeah.
So just having that phrase, remember to look up, remember Felix, just gives you that little reminder to bring yourself back and go, okay, let's be mindful in the present moment, you know, and not be constantly on our devices and, you know, drawn to all the notifications that are out there.
Right. Now, you talk about raising thinkers and not scrollers. In real life to you, what does that mean?
Absolutely. So I think, you know, I wrote it very much to do with my children. So I think that the conversation starts from very early on. as they become teenagers, they will then be exposed more to screens and, the devices. So I think it's about planting the seed early and helping them really understand that it's about being human first. What are the skills that our children are going to need navigating in this world? It's empathy, it's care, it's looking in each other's eyes, it's connecting. It's all about being human first in a digital first world, and hence why the series is called the Savvy Kids series.
Now, Daniela, we were chatting off air around the Savvy series. Can you unpack for us what is the Savvy series? Because I believe this book plugs into the Savvy series.
Absolutely. So the Savvy Kids series starts with The Fox Who Forgot to Look Up.
Okay.
That's the first book in the series.
Okay.
And then we've got the next that I'm working on currently, which is Sammy the Squirrel and the Shiny Screen.
Yes.
So The Fox Who Forgot to Look Up, as you've said, is about a fox walking through a forest glued to his screen, missing out on all the beauty around him. And then Sammy the Squirrel and the Shiny Screen really is around the concepts related to social media. So comparison being the thief of joy. Understanding that overnight success doesn't come overnight. So instilling concepts from an early age, so that when children, then become teenagers and eventually do go onto social media, they have some kind of foundation where the seeds have been planted of understanding that this is the highlights reel. Not everything you see online is true.
Right. And now this book, The Fox Who Forgot to Look Up, and the series, who are we targeting? What age group is this?
So 3 to 8 is what I've thought would be the right ages, but it's been quite amazing receiving feedback from moms of even 9-year-olds and 10-year-olds who are really resonating with the content.
Right. Proudest moments since you've dropped the book?
100%. So definitely, I'd say recently reading at one of the preschools in the area to 000s, which are your 3 to 4-year-olds. And the next day, a mom came up to me in the shops and asked, "Are you the lady that wrote that Fox book?" And I said, yes. And she said, yesterday, my 3-year-old daughter came home and I was on my phone and she said, "Mommy, remember to look up." And I asked her why, and she said that she told me the story of the fox and how incredible that she understood this concept from the story. That really made me feel like, wow, watching a child understand the message of the book, that sometimes the most beautiful things happen when we look up and notice the world around us, is really incredibly rewarding.
I love. Now, there's moms, dads, caregivers, all wanting to get this book for the kiddos. Where do we get The Fox Who Forgot to Look Up?
Awesome. So you can buy it online at savvykidsbooks.com. It is in some stores. Nikki's gift shops is one of them. It's also on Take-A-Lot. So there's a few places that you can buy it, but I would say the easiest is savvykidsbooks.com.
Right. And I mean, one thing I think that's a high five to you as a fellow author is you're self-published.
Absolutely.
A journey you did by yourself.
Absolutely.
And how was that journey for you?
Amazing. It was incredible. I've always had a real passion for writing, and it's just been amazing that I've been able to really leverage my experience of 7 years of Savvy Social, being a social media and advertising and performance marketing business, to then leverage that skill set to drive the message and the awareness of the book. So that's been a really incredible intersection of the two worlds.
Right. And if we want to get hold of you, where do we find you? savvykids.com, or where do we find you?
100%. So savvykidsbooks.com is the website. You can also find me at Daniela at savvysocial.co.za.
I love that. Now, Daniela, our final question I always ask our guests. I think I'm going to throw it to you with the title of your book. What do you say to us when we forget to look up?
I would say, remember Felix, remember to look up.
I love it. Nice, short and sweet. Daniela, thank you so much. This is a really beautiful body of work. I think it translates the idea of spending time with family and just immersing yourself in the memories and the moments that our life is creating every day. And it's incredible that you've been able to articulate it with this cute book that we can purchase and remind ourselves to look up.
Thank you so much, Carol. It's been absolutely incredible. Thank you.
Oh, that's amazing. Savvykids.com, savvykidsbooks.com is where you can get the book. And of course, Daniela, we really appreciate it. That's the beautiful Daniela de Hotman de Villiers chatting to us about the book, The Fox Who Forgot to Look Up.
Carol Ofori.